Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Guru Review. I'm Moose, and today, holy crap, I have another knife review. And that is the Spyderco Alcyone. Holy cannoli, guys. I am in love. Oh, see that? Look at that framing. So, what can I say? I can't even say. I don't even know. I'm speechless. Okay, first off, we'll go through the specs, and I'll tell you why I'm so pumped about this blade. The overall length is 7.04 inches. The blade length is 2.91 inches. The blade thickness is 0.11 inches. The handle length is 4.13 inches. The handle thickness is 0.42 inches thick, and the overall weight is 3.3 ounces. Okay, so now let's go into the actual overall shape of the blade. Obviously, this is a Spyderco, clear as day. We got this classic leaf-shaped drop point blade, flat ground blade, plain edge blade with this flat here. That's the same thickness as the tang there. More or less your standard, typical looking Spyderco tenacious style blade. Just classic and iconic all the way. We have the Spyderco hole opening, trademark opening there. And then we have the Spyderco logo. We have Spyderco CTS BD1 is the blade steel, which I'm super pumped about. Absolutely love it. And this is made in China. Okay, it is made in China, and it's designed by Sal Glesser. You can see his maker's mark right there. Going into the handle, we have this cool kind of blue-gray checkered G10 handle scale. We have this familiar profile of a handle here, large cutout for access to the liner lock. It does have stainless steel liners. It is a flow-through construction right there, and the liners are very well milled out. They're pretty much any part they could. They tried cutting out some of the liners to cut the weight. We do have a full-size generous lanyard hole that will accommodate paracord. The hardware is torque screws, and they're all recessed or flattened, so there are no protrusions from the hardware other than the pocket clip. Now it is Spyderco's kind of hourglass 3-point connection pocket clip that'll either encompass the lanyard hole or the pivot pin. So yeah, tube lanyard hole. We do have our stop pin there and 2 other barrel spacers, and there is jimping on the thumb ramp. That is sufficient for sure. All right, so now we went over the blade. Now, most of you already know that the Spyderco Cat is like my favorite EDC knife, like hands down. I absolutely love this knife, especially when they changed the blade steel to CTS BD1. Now, some of you might not know, but CTS BD1 is totally legit. It is budget friendly, and it holds up. Great working blade. And there's actually some YouTubers who independently tested the cutting and edge retention of CTS BD1, and it actually outperformed VG10. So it's similar to, or it actually can outperform VG10 in this one YouTuber's test, and I'll link his videos down below because he has a great channel. I think it's Cedric and something or other, but he does a lot of fun things, and he's from Australia, so I like his channel. But either way, I love this knife, just perfect size. But when I got this one in hand, all I could say is I am in love. Now, if it looks familiar, it looks just like the Spyderco Polestar, which came out a little bit before this blade. And it is. It's basically the Spyderco Polestar just shrunk down. Now, the Spyderco Polestar was a combination between the Spyderco Tenacious and the Bird Raven 2. So you can see the similarities in the actual handle design. The big difference between the handle design between the Bird Raven 2 and the Tenacious was the fact that the Tenacious didn't have a front finger choil, but it didn't have this kind of dropping tapered handle, which is very comfortable. So they basically combined the two handles, got rid of the finger choil, and then added this butt end of the Bird Raven 2 handle. But that was also my biggest complaint on the Polestar, was just that I felt that the Polestar, because they got rid of the finger choil, it just added extra space, and it was just too long of a handle, where I felt it could have been a little bit more efficient. I think it would have been better if they had the front finger choil on the Polestar. That being said, they took the Alcyone, shrunk it down, and now, in my mind, in my opinion, they have the perfect size handle, and it just fits perfectly. I'm rested up right on that little nub with my index finger there, and then my pinky is just caught in that curve. It has good enough thickness through the handle there, and it curves in, and then the thumb ramp just locks it in. And I just have to say, this is just the most perfect feeling knife that I've felt in a while in my hands, and it just feels excellent. Besides the fact that the materials are rock solid, my favorite blade steel, quality G10, unique looking, thin, slim profile. They don't have any hardware that'll get caught up on your pocket. Easy to open liner lock. I mean, this thing hits home runs all over the place. The only thing that I would love to see different is the pocket clip. Now, it is a 4-way directional pocket clip, tip up, tip down, left, right carry, but it isn't deep carry. Okay, and that's the one thing that my Spyderco Cat has over the Alcyone, is I love this deep carry wire pocket clip. Absolutely love it. And I still love the Cat. I mean, I'm going to carry the heck out of this, but for right now, this is in my pocket every day, all day. So, all day, every day. So, I don't know. I think I just blabbed enough about that. So, let's get some comparisons. Obviously, we're going to compare it to the Spyderco Cat. Boom. As far as like urban EDC, excellent workhorse, good utility knife. Definitely check that one out. We got the cold steel Grick. Heck, we'll throw in this Camillus marine knife. I don't even think it really has a name, but it's pretty sweet. And we'll throw in Kershaw Skyline as well. All right, so looking at the knives, blade lengths are fairly similar, about a 1/2 inch to a 1/4 inch longer than the Cat. About the same blade length as the Grick. Close to the same blade length as the marine knife from Camillus. And obviously the Skyline's going to be longest. Handle length wise, second longest handle out of the 5. So, that speaks to it. It does have a little bit longer handle than blade, but that is fine because it's perfectly long. It's not too long. It's not overly long. So there you have it, blade length wise. Comparing thickness. This is kind of the surprising thing with the Cat. The Cat is actually thicker blade stock than the Alcyone, and a little bit thicker handle because of that. So the Cat is actually a fairly robust little dude. Love it. Going to the Grick. The Grick is a stocky creature of the deep. Looks like a coelacanth, definitely thicker. So there's the Grick strange blade. Camillus, pretty similar, but the Alcyone is just a titch thicker, I believe. And then the Skyline, the Alcyone is thicker than the Skyline. So there's that. And of course, our last but favorite test of them all is the ugly brown glove test. So in hand, steel feels great. The jimping is a little bit more mild than I'd prefer for wearing a cloth gloved. I mean, it still locks it in, but it can unlock. As far as the grip, the texturing on the G10 is solid. Doesn't really slide. So that is good. As far as pushing forward, that little bit of a guard there, and the thumb ramp actually locks it in pretty well. So there you have it. Opening and closing, oh, super easy. I love the large liner lock cutout there. Super easy to access or engage and disengage the lock. Opening it, flick it open or just draw it open. Super great. Grips, reverse grip, upside down, still very comfortable. Going reverse, facing the opposite direction, isn't the greatest for this knife. It's definitely meant for a traditional thumb on top hammer grip at most. So, but does it pass? Heck yeah, this thing passes great. I'm gonna say it is like 95%, not 95. We'll say 90% pass. So definitely passes the ugly brown glove test. Yeah, another reason why it's my favorite, one of my faves. So there you have it, guys. This one has just won me over 100%. Super cool. Love the look. Not too big, not too small. Definitely hit a sweet spot for urban EDC, urban carry. So any blades under 3 inches, this is one you're definitely going to want to go for. Price-wise, I think is around 50 to 60 bucks on Amazon and Blade HQ. I'll include the links to both of those down below. You know, so but if it's under, yeah, it's around 60 bucks, give or take, and the price will probably drop eventually as well. So I think once it hits that $50 sweet spot, it'll be prime time. So there you have it, guys. This is a Spyderco Alcyone CTS BD1 blade steel G10 handle scales, and it's awesome. So check out these other 2 videos here. Click the big round logo button down below to subscribe. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you outside. Thank you.